This is Sarah from Pegasus Paper Co. and I'm here to show you my dream journal kit. So this journal is not a journal that's for sale, but all of the printables that I used to create it are available as a big bundle in the Pegasus Paper Co. Etsy shop. So I'm just going to give you a little quick flip through, hopefully quick. This is my first one and I have no idea what I'm doing with video. I'll try not to talk too much. I'll just show you the journal. So this is the front of the journal. Now the pack comes with 6 different cover options. So if you aren't into pink or you'd rather have a more antique looking cover, there are options for that as well. There's a little dreamer floating here. You can see her hovering above the landscape. And I've made this an extra pocket, but you can also just make it a regular journal cover. So there are a ton of printables in this kit. I didn't even use all of them because it was just getting so big. So you can really choose what you're going to include. This is one of the end paper options. And the kit comes with a bunch of little envelopes. There are lined pages and blank pages, pages with different amounts of decorations. This particular page is for recording symbols that appear often in your dreams. If you're an artist of any kind, a writer, a drawer, whatever you may be, a lot of times you'll notice that certain symbols just keep popping up in your life and you keep being drawn to them unconsciously. And I find that in our dreams, these symbols also appear, and this can be a really great way of identifying things that will come up in your work that you can focus on and turn into themes and tropes. So I like to write down dream symbols here that frequently occur. Now, if you want to use this journal not for dreams, you can just remove the pages that have dream-specific wording on them. There are still over 100 things you can use without it being dream-related specifically. This little envelope. Some pages for sketching, drawing, writing lyrics, poems, whatever you like. I've included some of my favorite images from art history, things that give me the feeling of powerful dreaming. These are little index tabs. I've chosen not to use that many on this journal. You can also use them as little mini note cards to write small dreams, wishes, thoughts, whatever you like. There's another index tab with a little moon. This is actually a greeting card that comes with the bundle, but I've just put it in so it would stay together. This is a custom designed border I made for a different kit, but it has images from the 4 elements and magical ideas, so I thought I would just include it because dreams can lead us to our own way of creating magic in the world by giving us inspiration for our work. There are a lot of these blank pages, so you can record whatever you like. This little hidden note section here, some pockets and lavender. I like to tuck all sorts of things in. There are a bunch of these pages. The actual printables are not cropped. I just had a little trouble with my printer and I still liked it, so I included it. But there are a bunch of pages like this where you write down your dream on one side, the date, the theme of the dream, who was there, where it took place. And on the other side, you can write the interpretation and any insights gained. Go down here. Now, this is something I like to do. This is an area for a recurring dream. For things that are going to be really personal, if I might want to share my journal in the future, I'll often put a blank page behind a thin sheet of vellum so people can see that there's writing, but the writing remains hidden, and you can just clip it closed if you want to share it so people won't see what you wrote, but you can still show them your beautiful journal. Here's just another little envelope that comes with it. This is a section for recording dark dreams. These can tell us a lot about our fears, worries, concerns, things we want to prepare for. or just give us gorgeous, terrifying images to use in artwork. This little tuck, some page markers, another vellum disguising a place to write down more secret sorts of dreams. This little lantern is from a piece of artwork that I did a while ago. And it just reminds me, it's full of stars. I don't know if you can see in the video, but when I look at this image, it always reminds me that we're all like little lanterns illuminating safe spaces for each other's inner worlds. And the more we create and allow ourselves to express objects and images and ideas into the world from our own inner worlds, we're just making a safe space for the other artists, kind of designating invisible places where it's safe to be yourself. I think a lot of junk journaling is really about that, just about self-expression and finding a place where you have a right to exist in any combination of ways you see fit. Here's another little envelope that comes with this journal. There are some different little goodies in here. I'll save that, let you see it in printable. I love this dark little seafaring moonlight image here. I don't know if you can see that in the film. If you print this one on one-sided paper, you can cut out these circles and put photographs behind them, or you can leave it as is and write tiny little thoughts or notes to yourself. Or do little drawings in there, whatever you like. I always use lots of ribbons and tassels in these. This is another way of recording dreams. It gives you a little bit of freeform space, and then at the bottom there are places to write date, context, time of dream, who was there, type of dream, sorry, not time, who was there, where it took place. Same thing here, the little dreamer at the top. This one has room to sketch your dream out in case it had a landscape. You can print these pages multiple times if you think you'll use them often. Here's a more carnivalesque page spread. We have a little bit of a circus history, so I always throw in a little something exciting. Here's a little card and envelope that comes with the kit. You can include it in your journal, or you can use these as gifts for people. These are some little surreal collages made with antique ephemera. I really love this one. I don't think you can see it in the video, but there's a door leading into a little lady's head, like a little portal, which is really what this book is all about, creating a portal into your inner world. Places for notes. This is a little card where you can write more dreams. It says dream of courage. If there's a dream that makes you feel really strong, you can write it in here, and always refer to it when you need a little bit of uplifting thinking. It's a little envelope. Lots of moons and stars in this one because, of course, it's a night journal. This is another card that comes with the kit, but I've just used it here. I've filled it with envelopes because I always need more places to hide ephemera and things. These envelopes all come with the kit. Oh, and this is my favorite spread of the whole book. It has a Neil Gaiman quote that I really love. He's the author of Sandman and Neverwhere and a whole bunch of other beautiful, dreamy works. It says, "A book is a dream that you hold in your hands." And here's one of the 2 mini books that comes, it's like a mini project that comes with this kit. So this is more places for you to write down little secret thoughts. It has little end papers. There are a couple of those, and it's a spot for bookmarks. I'm always losing bookmarks, so I always include a lot of them in my journals. Another envelope where you can hide little things. This is some adjusted vintage ephemera that was scanned and then tinted just to give a little bit of extra blue in here. It's from an old dream and fate book from the 1800s. Some alchemical imagery, a little starvelope, star envelope. All these names for things. Sorry, I'll try and use the real words. Some cloud paper, pocket. You can hide things in there. Here's more room for a dream. This is a little raven with an infinity symbol going around his beak. This is another sheet of vellum. You can always print on thin pages or just include thin pages to hide things where you might be writing personal stuff. This little feather bead on the tassel. This is a bit of a collage page with a little ribbon tuck and this little trifold double-sided pocket thing. I don't know exactly what it is, I just felt like making it to hide more little tiny bits of ephemera. These are all pockets and you can wrap them up in ribbon, tuck them in. A place for last night's dream. Some more quotes, bookmarks, another mini dream book here. These are a lot of quotes that I love about dreams. I've included in the kit. You can put them wherever you like, but I just group them together. I always collect these because I'm an avid reader and I like to remember the special bits. These are more pockets we have here. Another little envelope. When I'm putting an envelope in a junk journal, I always like to put it in a place where if I close it really quickly or carelessly, it won't crush the flap. So I'll have them pointing away from the corners or in a way that this part will fold down when it's closed. And here are more page markers. Always listening, so my journals are filled with them. This one has a little candle. Here's some nice vintage imagery from old books. This one's actually from a dream book, the 1800s, I believe. It says, "So haunted at moonlight with bat and owl and ghostly moth." Here's a lined page for dreams. The little collage element that says Lucid Dream Academy. There are a couple of those in the kit. And this quote says, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." That one's Eleanor Roosevelt. And here's a little pocket for feathers and findings. It says, "Big dreams come in small packages." And I don't know if you can see it, but there's this tiny little woman that I've collaged, and her gown is actually a castle on a cliff, and she's looking wistfully up into the sky. This is a page for interpretations of your dream. And here I've hidden a little miniature envelope with an eye on it. You can stash things inside. This is another pocket. Some more cloud papers. Lined paper for journaling. And this is a card that you can use to write more things. Little notes, stories, poems, lyrics, whatever you like. I printed out some double envelopes because I just like to have lots of extra storage. Here's a little tuck for it. There are actually more envelopes than I've included in the kit, but you can see all of those on my Etsy page. Some more little ephemera bits. Pocket. This is a page for nightmares. If you have a lot of nightmares, you can print it multiple times. It has a little snake going into a book box. And of course, a moon. Here's another little card for recording whatever you like inside or giving as gifts to people in a pocket. Some lined dream paper with moon in the corner. I didn't even include them because this journal was getting so thick, but there are also a number of fussy-cut pages that come with this book that you can use to collage onto pages like this, which have slightly more elaborate backgrounds. It's another dream page. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a girl diving into some waters with a large eye, gazing up at her. The water represents the subconscious in a lot of dreams, so just included a little nod to that. And here's a tiny little house, dim in the distance of a slightly hazy forest with peculiar illumination inside the window that may or may not be fire. More journal pages. It says, "Into the silent sea, to the land of dreams." There's a little ladder going to the moon. Some milky forest paper. And here's a little pocket where you can hide some of your desires and revisit them and see what you're doing to make them come true. Little tiny pocket. And this one's for secrets. If you have something you're just dying to share and you can't tell anyone, you can tuck it in there and somehow it feels like you've told your book. It's enough. You've told someone. I love these pages. There are little bits of marbled papers over historical images and pictures of the sky. Some antique faded text background. A little bit of collaging here. And now we come to the end. I actually put in a little folio. I couldn't resist. I love to hide things. And at the end of the book, I don't know if you remember the front, but our dreamer was hovering, and here we see that she's safely landing on the hills above this dream landscape. And that concludes our flip through of the dream journal. You can get the printables for this pack at the Pegasus Paper Co. Etsy shop. There's also a mailing list I have where I'll sometimes send out little gifts related to the journals I do. And you can join that at pegasuspaperco.com. I hope you have a lovely day and sweet dreams.